How is it going, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in this video we will be discussing a fair bit, as this is the first Battlefront 2 video that I've done in just over 3 weeks. I have been covering Jedi Fallen Order a lot, which has actually brought a lot of new faces to the channel, but it is now time to get back right into Battlefront 2, as December is going to be absolutely huge for Battlefront 2, as the title suggests. There is a ton of news and content coming over the next week, which is going to heavily affect Battlefront 2 in December, so we're going to cover all of that today, as well as a few other things that I want to talk about. Now, if you guys are excited for some new content coming to Battlefront 2 in December, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on, as I will be covering it all right here. And let me know what you want to see the most in the Rise of Skywalker DLC. For me, it has to be the Death Star wreckage map. I think that would look absolutely awesome in Battlefront 2, and it looks great in the trailer, and I would love to see it translate into Battlefront 2. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. What would you like to see the most? But now anyway, let's get stuck right into this, and starting off what is going to be a lot to get through today. For those of you who don't know, all previous event items will be coming back to Battlefront 2 this month in the form of holiday quests. I'll throw the roadmap up on screen now for those of you who have not seen it. So most noticeably here is the Darth Maul Kenobi emote on the 6th of December. We've also got the Leia Princess skin that will also be coming back to the game. I personally did miss this when this event first happened, so I'm actually really happy to see this come back for those of us who did not have a chance to get it, as it is a pretty good skin, let's be real. So that will of course be here on December 23rd. And the Luke Farmboy appearance will also be coming back to the game on the 20th of December, which I believe is the day that the Rise of Skywalker drops in cinemas. So that is going to be a very good day for a lot of people. And we've also got a few victory poses and minor emotes scattered throughout the month. So there is a lot there that people can do this month in terms of grinding challenges. So I'm actually really happy with this from DICE, if I'm honest. It's just adding more to what is already going to be just a mammoth of a month for Star Wars and Battlefront 2 for that matter. So the hype is real, but this is only the minor stuff of what we're going to be seeing this month. We also have 2 community transmissions coming next week. One will be for what was originally supposed to be the November update, but that got delayed due to more focus being put on Jedi Fallen Order, which was definitely a good call. The past few weeks have been a pretty crazy time because of the success of Fallen Order and just the massive amount of players who have been playing the game, like myself. Battlefront 2 sort of fell into the back burner last month, and I think EA knew that that was going to happen, so they just let Fallen Order have all of the spotlight and then just made December a huge month for Battlefront 2, so that seems to be what we're seeing unfold here. But anyway, we'll be getting the CT for what was the November update next week on December the 2nd, which should be including content like reinforcement skins, and also the CT for the Rise of Skywalker update next week as well on December 4th, so that'll be 2 days later. So next week is going to be very, very damn juicy indeed. And also, if that's not enough, we'll also be getting one of the updates next week on top of these 2 community transmissions and the challenges. And the Rise of Skywalker update has no official release date at the time of recording, but it will be coming presumably very soon. It would have to drop before the film does, as the film is getting dropped very close to Christmas, and obviously Christmas is a busy time for a lot of people, so they can't really drop it after the film hits theaters. They're going to have to do it sometime beforehand, but then of course they have to be careful when it comes to spoilers, so I think it's sort of a rock and a hard place situation for when this update will come to Battlefront 2. There isn't really an ideal time, so we'll just have to deal with it no matter what happens. But hopefully we don't have to wait too long for that update to go live either way, but I'm sure we'll get an ETA for the Rise of Skywalker update next week in the community transmission on December 4th. So guys, make sure you have notifications on, as there will be a lot of stuff that I'll be covering here on the channel next week, and you definitely don't want to miss any of it. Now, a few other things worth noting in this video is that there is now a quick match feature in the menus for Battlefront 2. So for people like me who are stuck on servers that are just totally dead, this is a very good feature, as it allows you to just click the tab in the menu and it will put you into a match of any game mode that is basically full. I personally am that thankful for this feature, because I swear I spend more time trying to find games than I actually do playing them nowadays. So this was a very fine addition to the collection. Now, also another thing worth noting for those who don't know, the Sith Trooper will not be coming in the Rise of Skywalker DLC. I honestly am a little bit baffled at this, as I thought this would be a guarantee, but according to Ben, the community manager, this will not be happening, which again, it's a pretty big shock. So I don't know what else they're going to do. If they do a reskinned Jump Trooper, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be pretty frustrated. Like, I think the Sith Trooper would have been just so cool to see, and a reskinned Jump Trooper would just be kind of lazy if I'm honest. So I guess that kind of sucks, but you know, we'll have to wait and see what it is that we end up getting instead. But apparently there are two things more exciting than the Sith Troopers coming in the DLC, so who knows what that could end up meaning. All I can personally think of is a map and new heroes. That's honestly the only two things that could beat out new reinforcements in my opinion. So this potentially could be great news, but we're just going to have to wait until next week. After all, this Rise of Skywalker update has been dubbed the biggest expansion yet for Battlefront 2, so there could be a whole lot of stuff here that, you know, we aren't expecting. But nevertheless, count me in as excited. Now, also some news regarding some basically debunking of some leaks. So known leaker Dylan Rocket actually came out and said that DICE are, you know, testing out AI in game modes like Galactic Assault. So naturally, a lot of people got really excited thinking that maybe Galactic Assault was going to come to instant action and, you know, stuff like that. But community manager Ben Walk has basically come out and pretty much debunked this from the very start, saying that this is like nothing more than faff, it's not true. So for anyone who actually was, you know, believing those leaks, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does not look like we're going to be getting Galactic Assault in instant action or anything like that. I know this is pretty unfortunate because, you know, especially in Battlefront 2015, being able to, you know, just go in and play Walker Assault against bots was a really good thing to have, and you can't really do that with Battlefront 2's equivalent. So this is kind of a bummer, but hopefully it's something that, you know, DICE are working on in the future. And also the last little bit of news I have for this video is that we have had further clarification that DICE are definitely starting to look into all other eras for 2020, which is great to hear. In my opinion, the only Clone Wars content that I think the game still needs is Coruscant, but, you know, I don't think that's happening anytime soon, so I'd rather them just leave it behind, and I'm honestly just glad to see them move on to other eras. There is still a lot from the originals that we could still see, you know, especially Scarif with like Jyn and Krennic as the heroes. So this is a good sign for 2020 for Battlefront 2, as next year needs some really exciting stuff so the game can survive out the year, because just treading through, you know, content here and there next year probably won't cut it. The game probably won't survive to that point. Battlefront 2 has to make a lot of noise in 2020 for the game to really smash out the entire year, so hopefully we get some really good content. But either way, December is clearly going to be one of, if not the biggest month yet that Battlefront 2 has had, due to the holiday requests coming into the game, alongside the delayed update and the Rise of Skywalker update coming on top of that. So it looks like there's going to be more than we know what to do with, which isn't something that happens a lot with Battlefront 2. More often than not, content is, you know, dragged out over time or is a few and far between thing. So this is going to be a very nice change of pace for the players. We're going to be having a lot of content coming hard and fast, so this is definitely shaping up, in my opinion, to be Battlefront 2's biggest month yet, as there is a whole lot of stuff going on, and I think it's good to see the game getting this much attention 2 years after release. I just wish that this sort of stuff would happen more often. It would certainly make running a channel way easier, I'll tell you that right now. But between the Rise of Skywalker update being huge and the success of Fallen Order, Star Wars gaming could be heading into 2020 in a pretty amazing state, which is always a good prospect for the future of Star Wars games. And the future of the Battlefront franchise and Star Wars games in general is going to be pretty bright if this update goes down really well, because keep in mind, Fallen Order will have brought a lot of new players to Battlefront 2. A lot of people who played Fallen Order and realized how good it was, they might have gone that, you know what, maybe Star Wars games under EA aren't the nightmare that the stigma suggests. So then they've gone out and grabbed Battlefront 2. So this could be one of Battlefront 2's most important updates as well. So a lot of people are going to be watching Battlefront 2 very closely this month, and yeah, I can't wait to see how it all unfolds, to be honest. But guys, I would love to know what you all think of all of this news. There was a lot to cover in this video, so yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again guys, make sure you have notifications on for the channel, as I will be covering the new updates, and there is going to be some seriously juicy stuff that you do not want to miss out on. Now, just a side note for all of you who aren't interested or just don't know about this yet, my second channel is now up and running, and I have the first video recorded and I'm currently editing it as we speak. So if you haven't already, then be sure to check out my second channel where I'll be discussing all things movies, and we all love movies. So yeah, be sure to head over there and subscribe, as the first video is nearly done and I'm looking forward to a big year on both this channel and the new one. But guys, if you did go on to enjoy this video, then be sure to drop a like, as it really does help out the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will talk to you all again in the next video.